This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 1380, 5 Ways to Use Your Journal for Self-Care by Jennifer of SimplyFiercely.com, and I'm Justin Malik. Happy Saturday and welcome back to Optimal Living Daily, or the OLD podcast. The premise is simple here. I get permission from authors to read you the best stuff I can find, covering self-help, minimalism, and more. And before we get to it, investing can be hard and confusing, especially with ticker symbols and charts flying back and forth on business channels like it's the runway at LAX. But why should something so important to your family's future be left up to the talking heads on CNBC? Enter the Motley Fool. They give you straight talk without the fancy jargon and noise you're used to. Their flagship service, Stock Advisor, gives you 2 brand new stock recommendations every month with daily analysis and coverage coming directly to your inbox daily. So what are you waiting for? Go to www.fool.com/optimallivingdaily to learn more and claim an exclusive discount only for listeners. For now, let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. 5 Ways to Use Your Journal for Self-Care by Jennifer of SimplyFiercely.com. I've always loved journaling, but before this year, I never made it a regular habit. It was usually something I'd pick up whenever I bought a new journal. But after the initial buzz of, ooh, pretty blank pages wore off, I'd lose my enthusiasm. The journal would end up cast aside, usually never to be seen again. But then this January, I made daily journal writing part of my intention plan, my monthly plan to live with intention and love. And I'm pretty proud to say that since then, I've managed to write in my journal almost every day. What I've learned after several months of consistently writing is that my journal is one of the most powerful ways I practice self-care. Without fail, journaling almost always improves my mood, leaving me feeling calm, centered, and capable. Because I know how tough it is to start and stick with a journaling habit, I wanted to share with you a few of the ways I use my journal for self-care. I think one of the biggest roadblocks is not knowing where to start with writing, so hopefully you'll find a few of these super simple ideas and prompts helpful in your self-care practice. Observe and explore your feelings. Have you ever caught yourself having one of those out of nowhere, please don't talk to me, look at me, or touch me, everything's driving you crazy, bad mood sort of days, but you have no idea why? Slowly puts hand up. I know when I'm feeling this way, it's easy to write it off as waking up on the wrong side of the bed or just feeling off. But I found that when I take time to examine my feelings, I can usually find there is a specific worry or problem that needs to be addressed. And trust me, in the long run, this is much more productive than writing it off to some sort of bad mood fairy. So instead of brushing it off, I use journaling to help me dig deeper and get to the root of the problem. Writing prompt, how do I feel? And let your heart pour out. Be honest with yourself. I often start with, I'm having a bad day, but I don't know why. Or, I wish a plague would wipe out the human population so I could have a few minutes of peace. Just kidding. Sort of. But from there, I explore different ideas, let my feelings flow without filter or judgment, and write. I almost always find that with time, I can distill my negative feelings down to a specific cause, such as resentment, jealousy, self-doubt, or disappointment, and that awareness helps me to address the issue head on, or to simply accept what I cannot change. Clear your mind. I learned a few weeks ago that one of the greatest acts of self-care is enjoying a quiet mind. It's such a luxurious feeling to stem the tide of to-do lists, emails, and ideas running through your head and to just stop thinking. The silence is priceless. One simple way to find this silence is to do a brain dump. Open your journal to a blank page and let loose. Write down everything that is on your mind until there is nothing left. When I'm done writing, I usually feel tired, but in that good post-workout sort of way. I know that my thoughts, worries, and to-do list are safe and sound, so I can just relax, let go, and enjoy the moment. Write a gratitude list. Practicing gratitude is an act of self-care because it shifts your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Instead of feeling stressed and worried about what you feel your life is lacking, you feel blessed and thankful for all that your life is made of. A simple way to start practicing gratitude is to write lists of everything that you're thankful for in your journal. It's a simple yet powerful way to ease your mind and lift your spirits. Forgive yourself. I have a rather unfortunate habit of beating myself up when I make mistakes. I'm pretty sure that, sadly, I'm not the only one. When I make a mistake at work or say something awkward around new friends or make a regrettable impulse purchase, I dwell on it and my inner voice can sometimes be a nasty piece of work. But I am getting better at being kind to myself, and through journaling, I'm learning to accept that I'm human and imperfect and forgive myself. Journaling works for me because it helps me remove myself from the situation and view it objectively. Sometimes I even think of myself in the third person because, let's face it, for some reason we are so much more forgiving to others than we are to ourselves. When I look from the outside in, it helps me to accept what has happened, move on, and most importantly, forgive myself. Indulge in your dreams. I think that sometimes it's scary to indulge in big dreams. For example, I dreamed about starting a blog for a really long time, but I was scared to tell anyone about it. I was afraid of looking silly, and I had a lot of self-doubt. So instead, I wrote about it. It was so therapeutic to explore my dreams and ideas in a safe place without fear of judgment, and even better, with time, manifesting my dreams helped me grow the confidence I needed to launch the blog. Writing prompt: what would you do if you weren't afraid? However you use your journal, my best advice is to pick it up and write. Don't be afraid of getting those pretty white pages messy. Just scribble whatever comes to mind. Start with your grocery list, song lyrics, a rant against your neighbor, whatever. Journaling encourages self-awareness, and once you understand your needs, you can start to take care of yourself. You just listened to the post titled 5 Ways to Use Your Journal for Self-Care by Jennifer of SimplyFiercely.com. Now, ever wondered how to invest or struggle to understand how to make your money work for you? You'll probably want to hear about The Motley Fool then. The Motley Fool was founded 25 years ago in a garage by brothers Tom and David Gardner. In those 25 years, Motley Fool members got access to recommendations like AOL in 1994, before You've Got Mail was a movie, Amazon in 1997, before Prime Day was a thing, Netflix in 2004, before you were binging Stranger Things, and Marvel, now Walt Disney, in 2004, when Tobey Maguire was still Spider-Man. Every month, Tom and David each pick a stock and provide a deep dive and analysis exclusively for members of their Stock Advisor service. Members get exclusive access to the Stock Advisor website with daily updates that cut through the noise of the financial market. So what are you waiting for? Go to www.fool.com/optimallivingdaily to learn more and claim an exclusive discount only for listeners. And thank you to Jennifer for this post. My favorite type of journaling is one she mentioned. It's actually the brain dump method. I like to do it where I'm not allowed to stop writing and it just gets everything out of my head. I'll usually go one full page, and once I'm done, I feel a lot more clear. So that's one thing to try out. But different things work for different people, so try whatever and see what works for you. That should do it for today. Have a great weekend if you're listening in real time, and I'll see you tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.